Welcome back, everybody. It's right now 11 minutes after 11 o'clock, and this is CPR week. And the American Heart Association wants you to be ready in the event of a cardiac emergency.
And here we have Evan Wagner. He's the 2025 Heart Walk Chair and the CEO of Avion Solutions. So he is going to share his story in hopes that it will inspire others to learn how to perform CPR confidently and quickly. So first, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
So you have a very unique story. I know we were talking before the show started. You said that your life was saved by your neighbor. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so Veterans Day 2020, I was out for a run with my 12-year-old son, and we live out in rural Madison County. I went into cardiac arrest, fell on top of him. He jumped up and ran to a neighbor's house for help. That neighbor wasn't home, but my other neighbor happened to be outside. She heard him screaming. She saw me laying on the ground. She dialed 911, drove over to us, and started CPR. So she did CPR for several minutes before sheriff's deputies showed up. They took over CPR, put the AEDs on, shocked me a couple times. When it was all said and done, I'd gone about 20 minutes with CPR. Wow. So yeah, my son, my neighbor, sheriff's deputies, lots of other people, God put them in exactly the right place to save my life.
Yes, they did.
He has a way of doing that.
Yes, he did.
Evan, you said you went into cardiac arrest, and just before we came on here, you mentioned something even I didn't know. You said there's a difference in cardiac arrest and a heart attack, and I don't think a lot of people know there's a difference.
There is. So a heart attack is a plumbing issue where there's not blood flow to the heart. Right. A cardiac arrest is different. It's more of an electrical problem where the heart goes from beating to start to quivering. And in the cardiac arrest, your pulse stops, you lose consciousness almost immediately, and you stop breathing. So where a heart attack victim may be able to get help and draw attention, cardiac arrest, you pretty much drop dead almost instantly and rely on bystanders to step in and save the day.
Well, thank goodness you had a quick thinking son who was there and said, hey, let me go get some help from my dad. But let's talk about, because we're looking at some of the pictures that you have there on your screen right now. I mentioned that you are a CEO of a company, and you're actually using your story to inspire other company leaders to take action. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so this is CPR week. CPR is a big deal, and the American Heart Association has the Heart Walk to raise money, to both raise money for research for all kinds of different heart procedures, which I've gotten to experience, but also to raise money for training and awareness of CPR. So the money that we raise through the Heart Walk can be used to provide training for local schools, local senior citizens, just anybody in the community. At the end of the day, the goal of the American Heart Association is to have one person in every home trained in CPR by 2030.
Just quickly, but to be the chair of the Heart Walk is a very significant
thing.
What was it like to find out you were selected this year?
It was exciting. I said God had put everybody in the right place to save my life. I've often wondered, hey, why did God keep me alive when so many other people haven't? But to me, this is one of those things to be able to use my story to generate an interest and awareness of the life-saving aspects of CPR.
I love that. And speaking of those aspects, we do have some information. We're going to put it up on your screen. Get your phone ready right now, because Alabama Surf Day is on Monday, June 10th. It's at 10 a.m. If you go ahead and scan that code, you can register, and they will virtually walk you through how to understand and learn CPR. It's a free class. Everybody should learn it. You just heard why from Evan. So Evan, I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Well, thank you.
We'll be right back.